What's up, y'all? I'm Dr. Greenthumb, aka Be Real for BREALTV. Today we got in the Smokebox my man Belly.
Bitches know, told her hoe is different strokes for different folks.
You may know him from writing some fucking dope songs for The Weeknd.
When the shit's too strong.
And various artists, man. I mean, the man works non-stop. He also chiefs heavy, and we're gonna jump in the box and talk to my man, Belly. Oh yes, and we are back with another Smokebox right here for BREALTV. We are here with my man Belly up in the box.
Dream come true, man. It's a dream come true, brother.
Welcome, brother. We talked about this a while back.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we could finally make it happen. How you been?
Man, I don't even know. I just been working, man.
I know.
I've been good, bad, left, right, but I just know I've been working. That's the part.
I mean, you live in the studio. Do you?
Yeah.
Is your wardrobe at the studio like just chilling?
It is. I just moved the whole studio into my house now.
Right.
I gotta go nowhere.
Oh, so you've been working at home now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that's just the easiest shit because it's so convenient. You wake up, walk right into the studio room and go.
Yeah, man. Before it was like, I just felt like I could really bang out at the other studios.
Yeah.
But now I can bang out at home, like for real. So I just stay home.
Well, okay.
Actually, listen.
Oh, shit. Where's the ashtray?
We have one.
There you go. Yeah, man. I mean, you stay keeping it moving. You're one of the busiest dudes out there right now. I mean, you write for a gang of motherfuckers, and you do your own shit. Like, how do you find the time to juggle writing for other folks and doing your own stuff?
I think like I love making music, but I know not all of it is for me.
Right.
So like once it's done, I'll be like, Belly could never put this out,
right.
But it would flourish with somebody else behind it, And I think like that's how the whole songwriting shit started. I had like a whole, probably like 300 records on the side that I was like, I'll never use these records.
Yeah.
What are we doing with these, And we started moving around with them, But that's really how it came about. It's not like I go in the studio and I'm like, all right, today I'm gonna make a record for so-and-so.
You just make a record?
I'm gonna just make music,
What, after you're done, do you hear somebody on it?
Yeah, usually. Honestly, even when I'm like recording the demo, I'll start to even try to shift my voice into whoever I hear on it,
Right on.
Yeah.
That's it's been working though, cause like you put slammers out.
Thank you.
One after another, and I gotta say thank you for inviting me to get on one with you on the last shit. That was dope. That actually sort of set this up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And then, honestly, that was one of them instances where like I kept playing the record back, and I'm like, all I hear on this shit is Be Real. Like, sometimes like records that speak to you and tell you what it's supposed to have on it. Who's supposed to rock the record. And I felt like that one was the perfect one for you.
shit, it worked out, man. I can't I can't complain. That shit was a banger. And right now, you just not too long ago filmed a new joint, right? And it was in one of them hoodish parts of town somewhere. Where was it? It was for the immigration joint you did or something like that.
Oh yeah. That was actually that was in France.
In France, that's right. It's cutty in France.
Yeah, man.
In certain places.
And that's the thing is like over there it's not really segregated. It's
No.
like if you're fucked up, you live over here. If you got it good, you live over here. And I'm sure they got their own versions of segregation, whatever. But it's I wanted to show the beauty of like everybody together, all the minorities together, even and the most dire of environments, and you see them like cooking together and being in the street together and all that. It's something that you can't really find. On this side of the globe.
Yeah, because in the midst of all the separation, you rarely see the togetherness, and it's important when somebody, any artist goes out of their way to show that, hey, in spite of all this shit going on, there's, people still getting down with each other. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my brother Cora, because I couldn't be in France for the video, so Core kind of just took it under his wing and shot the whole thing, like without me even being there. And this is the first time in my life where someone sends me a product and it's done, and I'm like, this is great. Like, we don't gotta change nothing.
Don't you wish every fucking video could be like that, man?
I
Shit.
wish. You know, yeah, shout out to Court, man. It was special for me, like I said, to do that. You know, being an immigrant myself.
Yeah, and you've been advocating
Big time.
lately a lot, right?
Big time. Yeah, because you know, the other side's trying to knock it. You know.
True that.
So we gotta build it up on this side.
Hell yeah, man. It's crazy how fucking things are, you know, especially traveling around, you seeing the opinions of, you know, what people think of what it's like over here right now because of everything going on politically, man. It's a pretty crazy time.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely has to affect like the way you want to make music, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because beforehand it was more like celebratory shit, you know. Now now people are starting to get into more, you know, conscious shit, you know. They still do maybe some celebratory shit, but they're actually trying to say something. And it's cool when you come into that fold too, because I mean you write for a lot of folks and you do your own shit. So when it gets out there, that's
it was special, man.
shit.
Especially a lot of young immigrants across the world reached out to me after that. They're like, yo, like, keep speaking for us, man. Like, people don't know about this. They don't know about these type of struggles, you know. So I kind of took it upon myself to be like, yo, you know what? I got so many of those type of messages, and you know, ran into people in the street or ran into people at shows, and I was like, you know, this is me. This is what I identify with. This is what I had to go through when I was young, and you know, I could really give them the example of, look, I went through that, and God bless, like, everything kind of shifted for me and moved in the right direction.
Right.
You know? So, yeah, man.
Yeah, it sort of shifts like the tone of where you are as a writer and producer, right?
Absolutely.
You know, because the landscape's different.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think any musician that's true to himself or true to his art, you know, you're gonna kind of reflect either what you feel or what society feels, or you know, you kind of want to make like a statement piece of the era. That's what everybody tries to do in this era. You kind of all know what it's about. You know, it's about almost dictatorship is what we're watching. You know?
Yeah.
So it's hard to ignore being a musician or a creative or some shit, and
Oh
you know,
yeah.
it kind of like haunts you.
Yeah, you can't really escape it, because if, you know, dude isn't on TV, you know, talking his face off and saying a bunch of nonsense, they're making fun of him on some show about him fucking talking his face off and, you know, making an ass of himself and all this other stuff. And then, you know, there's the side that supports what he does and all that shit. So it's like you can't get around it. It's crazy. So I think as a musician, as an artist, got to affect you in some way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, others probably just say, you know what, we're gonna be the break from that shit. But you know, others want to take it head on. You know?
I canceled my Jimmy Kimmel performance.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna be there, and they just had him as the guest, and they had me as a musical guest. And I was like, I'm not gonna be there on the celebratory night of. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I pulled out, like, and people were like, "Oh, you're a musician. Don't get into the politics. This isn't politics. These are human issues."
Yeah.
You know?
It's not about being a musician or a politician.
Yeah,
you know.
We're end of the day, you're telling us not to be politicians, right? But the politicians are the ones kind of conducting everything that happens that affects us, the people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the human beings got to speak for the human beings. Throw the politics and the titles away. You got to speak for us. You know?
Yeah, the way that it is now, it's like they just want you to, you know, accept what it is and shut the fuck up. But we're living in a time where people are not gonna just sit there and take that shit and shut the fuck up. They're gonna speak out. You know, guys like yourself and many other artists that are now starting to speak up for other people that don't necessarily have the voice. You know,
It's about time.
hell yeah. Now, you know, in terms of writing, you've written for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who haven't you written for that you would like to fucking, you know, write for? Who like that? You know, is there anybody that you had a song for that it didn't make it to them?
I tried a couple for Rihanna. I just think she's dope. I think
Yeah, she is dope.
Like her voice is so unique, and like I think that's why it's kind of hard to like nail a Rihanna record, because
Yeah.
you know she's very like unique in her own sense. So that's definitely what I want to do. And Sade, you know, I'd love to do that.
You was a big fan of Sade back in the day? Yeah, I mean, who wasn't?
Yeah, man. Like my parents, my sister, like was always playing in the house. That's how I became accustomed to it.
Yeah, well, we just said it right now, man. It could manifest just by the fact that we said it right now. It happens. I know it. Word up, man. So
I agree with you.
what's next for you? You know, you gonna do any shows coming up,
Yeah, man.
or you just like focused on studio work right now?
Well, I'm taking probably like the first 3 months of this year to finish everything. I already had a couple projects like kind of done, but now I'm polishing everything, you know, features and all that kind of stuff. And then once the 3-4 months are done, festival run for the rest of the year.
Boom.
Last year I did 11 months of touring. You know,
Yeah,
shout out to Juicy J. to
I
Abel.
know you was out there.
You know, everybody that brought me out on the road, man, it was like a legendary year, 11 months, you know. When I got home, people were like, yo, man, come on, get out the house, bro. I was like, get out what house, bro? I was out the house for 11 months. I'm good. I sit right here in this house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So even these first 3 months, I'm doing the same shit. I'm like, yo, I'm working, staying home. That's all I'm doing.
Let me ask you this, because you're a connoisseur and you travel around, obviously, and you smoke like, you know, like we do. Aside from California,
Man, thank you, man. That means a lot.
I mean, come on, we know.
For real.
We know.
Mhm.
Aside from Cali, where are some other places that you found some really bomb ass weed?
All right. I was honest, when I first came here, I was upset at Canada. Because I was like, no, man, because I'm Canadian. And I was like, why don't we have this? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like the last time I went to Canada, they stepped their shit up so crazy.
That is the truth. They have stepped up.
Honestly, second to California right now is British Columbia.
British Columbia,
You know,
making a comeback.
for real. But to me, you know, California, Southern California is the best weed.
See, listen, you heard it. You know, like we always ask that question because, you know, people around the world get salty when you say California, especially if you're from California. You know what I'm saying? And, oh, you're just, you're being preferential to where you live. But we've traveled and we've smoked in all these places, the best they might have to offer. And, you know, it always comes back to Cali. But there are places that, you know, are comparable, man. You know, maybe in abundance, like, you know, having all these different flavors. Maybe you don't have it like that, but every place now has a few different flavors that are, you know, Cali worthy, you know, and that's a good thing. And, you know, fucking Canada, front to back, I mean, there's always been cultivators there and the laws are getting better. You know, I mean, shit, legalization hit there, so you're gonna see a plethora of flavors hit down there. I would bet money on that.
I can't wait.
Because them guys know what they're doing out there. It's
Big time. And the last time I went out there, man, like, it really felt as close as I could get to Cali.
yeah.
You know, with especially the strains they curated, you know.
As a connoisseur, that's important,
Yeah,
man. It's
was
hard.
great, bro.
It's hard, man. So what are you smoking on these days?
You know me, bro. The OGs, the jet fuels,
Yeah.
I like the cookies.
like them
shit.
OGs,
I like
yeah.
the gorilla. Honestly, no, but now I'm starting to diversify a little.
Trying to
bit.
go through the different
You know,
flavors,
I'm
yeah.
diversifying my portfolio.
As one should, you know?
You know, and I'm starting to get into like the more flavored, you know.
Yes.
Where like the taste is the highlight, not the high.
A lot of us here, and Damon, who's back there as well, he could tell you this. A lot of us were OG snobs in the beginning. You know, like if it wasn't OG of some sort, we didn't want to hear it. We didn't want to smoke it. Nothing. You know, but in the last 5, 6, 7 years, all these different flavors have come through, and we've been, you know, we've opened up and accepted that there are other fucking bomb ass flavors out
man.
there. You know, so
Honestly, even fucking with you was one of the first times that, like, you started pulling out some flavors on me. I was like, damn,
The gelato, I believe it was some gelato
yeah,
and
like some lemons.
lemon, yeah.
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was like my first time really like starting to try other shit. And every time someone would go to get some weed, I'd be like, yo, just grab a couple eights of some different shit. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And that's really how it started. But I smoked the OG on the regular.
Yeah.
But
See, you're a seasoned smoker. All that other shit is like a tickle.
Exactly.
If you want to really get high, you fucking hit that.
Yeah.
OG,
You feel like a punching bag?
Yeah.
You smoke that OG. That's it.
Word up. Didn't you have some questions, Crystal?
Yeah, I listened to your latest project, Mumble Rap, and I thought it was a great album.
Thank you.
Where'd you come up with the name? Like, what's the concept behind that?
Was because there's like this controversy where a lot of like the older generation is calling the younger guys mumble rap,
Right.
or the guys that are just like making like fun music and stuff like that. And like a lot of these guys are my little brothers, like, and I love what they're doing. I love to see them flourish and make money and be able to help their families and do all that. So I thought it was like, and again, and I love the traditional shit too. And that's what I come from.
For sure, that's what you come from, yeah.
But you have to appreciate, like, end of the day, there's a space for all this, and
Definitely.
and it's generating an income that goes. At the end of the day, it's all trickling down to one thing called hip hop.
True that.
It's making us bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's making the genre.
Yeah, with all these
enormous,
subgenres.
with all the subgenres within it.
Yeah.
It's the one genre that can do that.
Absolutely.
But I think that it was dope that you took that on like that, because I like a lot of that shit. When I spin, I'll play a lot of that shit. I'd rather play that.
100%.
To be honest.
That's really what it was. I was like, you know what? If I could get at least a pocket full of people to be like, when they think mumble rap, they think, oh, that was a great rap project. You know what I mean? I succeeded.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. I want to thank you for taking the time to jump in the box with us. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. It was an honor for me, man.
We support you down here. We got much love, and this is the first of many. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, let me know. I might come back tomorrow.
There it is, man.
Facility's legendary.
Where could they find you if they want to, chase your tour schedule down?
Man, best place is probably on Instagram because it's the easiest. It's Belly on Instagram, and then it got all my other stuff on there, so you can just click and go.
Word up. We got to do another joint.
Hell yeah.
Do another joint.
Hell yeah. See, this time I want to come into your world though.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, like I wanna jump on a Be Real joint. I wanna feel like I came into that world.
Oh, we're gonna do something.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Word up. This has been another Smokebox. Subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Fuck with my man Belly, and stay blazing.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius, fly with the height. All your senses are senseless, persistent, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho. I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael. Out the window with a rifle. My wrist game on light show. I'm backstage with white hoes. I got pre-rolls in that red cup. That's key lime. Don't like those.
Got a full pack and we move that. You too aggressive, better pull back. Weight heavy, gotta run ready. My game steady, but you knew that.
I'm too on and my crew strong. Big burn, my clip's long. We take dabs and hit bongs. Grab the check, get gone.
Ooh, welcome to the Smokebox. Light it up. Ooh, welcome to the Smokebox.